Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Wake up, the cat. Uh-oh. Not this again. Hold up, guys. The cat's sleeping. Oh, dear. That's how you start the show. Hey, we're back. Okay, so now, where was I? Welcome back, everybody. This is Scuffed Epoch. I'm Drift Johnson. It's 8 o'clock on the 7th of June. That would be a Saturday. Welcome to the show. Hello, Fernicart. Battlecruiser operational. It didn't like the hat on fire. Yep, it's true. That was a little bit risque. But you know, it's no cats were harmed and all. But yeah, like I said, welcome back, everybody. If you're watching live or if you're watching later, don't forget, we have a Discord and there's a link in the description. You can join it. You can see some of the crazy stuff that we're all posting up here. Okay. I have released a new model called DJZ Sparring, which basically is trained on a video of me and a buddy about 17 years ago. And it's extremely promptable. So what I've done is I've added a few more examples. So now we have this guy. We have the fast food restaurant. You can basically do anyone in any place. It's pretty cool aura we've made. For WAN 2.1 does video game style footage. In a prison scene. Oh, hidden by furry. I wonder what that one was. Spider-Man. So she came out pretty good. Hey, Tigrail, welcome. So glad you could join us. Like I said, everyone's just sort of joining. But yeah, I'm just making everybody aware of the this particular one. Sparring effect. The video of sparring style depicts first-person view of close-quarter combat. So then you can change that bit for the character you want. Arms can be seen blocking and counter-attacking. And then you can change the location, because I haven't added one. You can just say, it is in a library, it is in a swimming pool, wherever you want. And it will just faithfully try and do these FPV combat scenes. So it's a pretty cool lore. I don't think anybody really knows it exists. I put it out yesterday. We also trained another Laura, and we're gonna go and check that one out as we're front loading that particular content. So let me just see if I can find it. Oh yeah! Okay, so I finally trained a downhill 2-gauge drift type model, right? I trained it on replicate so that it would actually finish. Hey, Kurt Curtis, welcome to the show. So as you can see, this is the superior. I've got 720p. Yeah, video of drift style with a 1. Orbiting drone camera chases white Subaru Impreza drift car as it races along narrow mountain roads, drifting sideways. Sometimes it goes the wrong sideways. You know, like tail first look instead of nose first. A car is underlit with green neon lights, and the red glow of the brake lights cut through the fog in the darkness. Racing at midnight with trees and foliage. I actually spelt that wrong as well, because I'm smart. So I accidentally captioned it with darkerness instead of darkness. So it does sort of do this look. It's kind of cool though. It's almost like he's at night and then the sun is coming up. I kind of like it. So I'm going to download that. And we'll generate another one. And we'll start making the model page, because that's what we're here to do, is publish. So let me see. Laura, category, I mean, it's an effect, but it's a concept, but it's a style. Let's just say style. I train styles. Okay, so it's DJZ, downhill, well, mountain. Well, haven't I already got a DJZ mountain racing? But it's like GTA 5. Mountain racing. Yeah, that's good enough. How are you all doing tonight? You all having a good one? I hope you're enjoying your weekends. I'm having a great one. Like I said, we've got so much to cover tonight. We are going to be doing a lot of music tonight because I have a new album and I want to do the whole thing tonight here. So, but we're going to front load it with the comfy UI and the good stuff first, because my website is currently inaccessible. But basically, like, what I'm planning on doing is getting this mini site up onto the Scuffed Epoch, but I've got a horrible feeling. See, the funny thing is, right, it was running Ubuntu 18.04, I think, and I needed to update it, basically. And I think what happened was, this is the biggest irony, I've got AI running on another server that's new, and everything works great. And then the server that was too old to implement the AI on the server broke when it did the update, and I think it killed its own SSH. So basically you can't get in, and the server provider's like, just restart it, bro. You restart it and that port's never coming back online. So the HTML is still up because it's like, it opens itself up. I think the Apache 2 does all that on reboot, but it's cooked. So I'm like, no. So I might just move servers, get a new one, and just migrate everything. But anyway, that's another tale for another day. So let's just say TBA for now. It's my favourite thing to say. I'll come back to it later. Oh, you can sell them. I don't care about that. No. No. Yes. Oh, and I guess we'll actually have to download the model as well. Will it let me do it with this one, or do I have to sign in? No, I got it. Good times. Because like I said, this is Drift DR1FT. That's the trigger. This one's nice. Takes a long time to generate 720p, even with a nice GPU. But that's the funny thing. Like, I was sat there going, hang on a minute, all these WAN LoRa's, I only run them low resolution, and they all run high res. So it's something I noticed, you know. This is why I'm moving more towards using APIs. In fact, we might have time to do a bit of that tonight, but like I said, I got a lot of stuff planned. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and watch this. Let's see. This is going to be the V0 rep, because it's done in replicate. So that was it. Training experiment on another platform. Do you know what I mean? And actually, it was super fast. It was done in like no time. And you can train on image to video as well. So I'm like, image to video training. What's that? Fernicar says, a lot of people say if it isn't broken, they don't understand you needed to update. Haha. Yep, and let's be fair, in a production environment, you would have a dev build and a live build, and you never touch the live build until you know 100% that whatever you did to the dev build is stable. But that's just me. So we'll say 14BT2V. It's going to be DR1FT style. Oh man, I've been waiting to make... Do you know how long I've been waiting to train this LoRa? Probably about a year. I'm sitting on so much material. It's outrageous. Right. Because I've got like 20 years of YouTube content alone. That's mine. Not like I'm going to steal it. It's mine. So it's a bit of a different situation. Let's see. Open that up. 7-zip here, please. What's this? Oh. Auto rename? The captions are all the same, by the way. It's just one word captions. Works well for training a base model. So I'll say, what's this? Oi. Why isn't F2 working? I'm not allowed to rename it? Is this... Oh. He didn't actually extract it. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. We got it. I'm sat there trying to rename an archived file. It's read-only, isn't it? So this one's going to be DR1FT-style-V0-rep-WAN14B I2V. It says I2V on it. Huh. I'm pretty sure it's text to image, guys. I'm pretty sure. Makes me worry I put the wrong thing in, you know? Anyway, that's the thingy that we want. Put that there. And then everyone can use it immediately because it'll be on the web generation. Okay. I think this generation's, yeah, this is going to be, wow, it's actually going pretty quick. So it's going to be 5 minutes. See, it says it's going to take 20 minutes, but then T-Cache kicks in and it like whoosh, speeds up. So upload complete. So now it wants a video. So we've got one video right now. That's the only one we've ever had, but it's pretty good. So I'll put it up. I wonder if it'll get flagged for like Bennis. Let's find out. You'd be surprised. It's a perfectly innocent car driving down the roads. And it is actually quite similar to the video, but there's a lot of extra detail that wasn't there. Like this green and stuff in the hedge, that's all correct. It's not the right car, it's too new. It's the older Subaru. But the actual road and like the way it is, this is all kind of correct. Especially at the beginning, and then it becomes more like the model towards the end. See here, that's about right, because that's what he's supposed to be sliding. He's supposed to be turning right, not left. because the car's sliding. That's why it's got its nose so far into the gutter. And, Cyber Society training set. Oh, don't worry. We've got big plans. Big plans. But they have to wait. I'm like George Lucas. The technology's not ready. But it's getting there. Anyway. It's going to be great. Yeah, we got 2 minutes and 51. It's just, I'm referring to the way that he even was quoted. He said, the technology didn't exist at the time. That's why he keeps going back and changing it, right? Yeah. So anyway, we'll put this out. We'll get some more demos added as they get ready. But yeah. We'll want to put the demo prompt up though. Demo prompt is actually quite complicated. This was applied to every single caption. Trigger DR1FT. Full caption. And as we know, and I did actually spell that wrong in the training, so I am going to leave it wrong in the thing. Mitsubishi Evo, yeah, do you know what? It does look kind of like a blend between the two, doesn't it? It is a newer Subaru, but it's got the wrong brake lights. Yeah. Like, I could have described it a little bit better, you know, with a bit more detail. But I've got the feeling that it's, you know when you use Kling and stuff, and it just kind of like, you type in like a car name and you get like a random car from some year. I think it's going to be something. I think it's going to end up working like that. So we're just going to get a different Subaru-ish looking car, which is fine. I could have just said white car. Probably will retrain it with slightly different captions, but I want to wait, you know. I want to wait when I've got good time to do stuff like that. But I made this whole new album today, so we have to do that. Oh yeah, that's the point. I even got the data set here for the actual model if I wanted to retrain it on like Civic, but to be honest, I'm actually thinking about retraining all of my models on Replicate, because the thing about Civic at the moment, it's not their fault. Basically, their servers don't want to do the full training run, and I get a lot of things glitching out this month. It's not their fault. They're going through some growing pains. So basically, it's like I'm thinking about using Replicate, because it's basically the same cost, but you don't have to prepay Buzz. You just pay as you use, and I don't know, it's about the same or cheaper. So yeah, and it's got on-site generation a lot of the time. It's not always like just built into the trainer, but I'm thinking about building a bunch of apps that actually talk to the API, because if you check this out, look at this. You could just copy all of this. And the funny thing is, right, if you go on some of these pages... Ah, crap. Did I just kill my generation? I did, didn't I? Oh, wait, hang on. We got a history. I think I might have killed it, guys. 11 minutes ago. Ah, wait a minute. I think we can get it back. Yeah, we found it. Okay, cool. So it's not the end of the world. Download that. Ooh, wait a minute. He just doesn't understand the drift-do. Yeah, I might even have to try and make my own trainer on this platform. You know what I mean? View full prediction. Ah, yeah, cool. So we can run another one, yeah? Tweak it. Yeah, let's tweak it. Okay, let's make sure it's actually in the darkness. Oh, wait, that is in the darkness. So it was, and then the sun just kind of comes up. I wonder how we could change it. I know. Let's try changing the car, right? So we'll say a red Ford Mustang. Red Ford Mustang races along, and instead of narrow mountain roads, we'll say Swiss tunnels. Swiss Swiss mountain tunnels. That should be cool. And then forget the drifting stuff for a minute. And then what? And then the car is underlit with orange neon lights. No, red. Because car is red. No, do orange. Wait a minute. What would we put under a red car? Blue? Orange would be cool. Let's try orange and see if we get it. Racing at midnight with... with the bright lights from a cityscape. Yes. Passing by. There we go. Real life found footage. I should say real life drone footage. And it would probably look a little bit less. Let's do that. Real life drone footage. We'll see if that cooks it too hard, right? Oh, and also there's other things as well. We can pick number of frames, 720p, the strength of the LoRa, the speed up mode, so it has like off, balanced and fast. I'm using balanced. I don't even know what that means. We're using 5 CFG. Do you know what? I'm going to pump that up to 7 because I find 7.5 is a good place, but I don't usually get to render in 720p. So we've got a couple of little experiments here. We're going to change the car, change the location, and try and up the CFG, which might make it a little bit more like what was originally trained. We'll have to see what happens and come back to that. Mitsubishi Evo! Yeah, maybe we'll do the Evo next. It would look good as an Evo, though, the way it's coming out. Okay, so let me see now. We did this with a trainer on Replicate, which was pretty nice. Look at it. It's a happy camper. All right. Well, it's time to take a look at the next thing, which is the big demo. I actually put it all onto, what's it called? I put it all onto a Git. I think it's a public Git. Let's make sure. So, here we go. If I go on, yeah, Kontext web tutorial public. Yeah, okay. So the whole thing is up here. I was wondering, isn't there a way to publish a website on GitHub? Let's ask Claude. I'm interested, because at the moment I can't actually deploy it to my website. So, okay. We can deploy my website, which is currently on GitHub as a repo, to a Git deploy? A Git deployment website. I like vaguely know what I'm talking about at this point. Let's just see what he says. There are many ways you can deploy. Okay. GitHub pages. Okay. So I've got an idea, right? I want to be a little bit cheeky. Where is it? There it is. Let's unzip this. Because, hold up. Where is it? There it is. So, this is what's currently up on the Git repo right here. It's not completely perfect. Like, if we open it up, we can just look at it, which is that's what we're about to do. But some of the images aren't, like, aligned correctly. And I did try to get Claude to do it. And I think he's actually just added an extra div tag to a couple of pages, which has made the layout strange. But it's not like... It's broken, but it's not broken in a way that stops it working. And I was making him fix it, and he got so scuffed. You just couldn't do it. But anyway, like I say, this is the last stable version of this, because I wanted to show what it looked like after 2 prompts, not after like 1,000 hours of messing around, right? The big thing is that the images are actually in, okay? So if we take a look at some of these, we have an image. We said we want the text in there. You know, this is our character. We want to put him in this scene. For this one, we have a woman at the beach and we want to make her in the snow. And then we want to take that image and put a dog with her. We have this. We want to make it say this. Okay, we have an image. I've got a fire hydrant. We don't want that there. It's gone. Okay, we got a sign. We want to say something else but look the same. It's done, right? We have a sofa. We want it to look more moody. We've got it, and it's now leather. You know what I mean? With the wizard here, we decided to make it look a little bit more magical and stuff. Looks a bit more underwater, if you ask me. Anyway, car. Straight into like a chalk drawing. A photo of a road. Turn it into something magical. We have the house. Turn it into a blueprint. We have the woman. Turn it into a cartoon. We have the city. Turn it into a starry night. You know what I mean? Have product. Change the color of product without, changing anything else. You see what I mean? Person. Put person in scene. Bit weird, but it worked. That one's actually not correct. I wonder why that one's there. That one's actually not correct. I think I remember redoing it. A couple more. We have the family fun day, and now it says different locations, same people, different words. Put the product on the person. I don't actually have one for the de-watermarking example. But anyway, like I said, I could show you these images like this, or I could put out this website, which is the same thing, but like with all the information. You've got the prompt, you've got the before and after. You see what I mean? This is what I was going crazy about yesterday. So it's ready, I just can't publish it yet. So what I'm thinking is I publish it to like a Git pages. If it'll let me do something this complicated, I don't know. It might be that it can't run a bunch of stuff which I'm running, and well, it is what it is. But as you can see, convert to black and white. Add sunglasses. Add sunglasses to the person. The important thing is to teach how to do the prompting for context, because this is like a game changer. Look at this one, right? Remove the person in the background. So there's the person. The person's gone. You see what I mean about the layout? For some reason it's like blown up the after image in some of them. Open, closed. Replace open with closed. So replace quote. You see? You can identify with, there you go. Car swap. Swap the blue car with a red truck. You see what I mean? So like I said, this is like a big tutorial thing, and I was hoping to be able to add more pages to it as we get more prompts. This one, I haven't actually got I haven't got any images with watermarks on, so I couldn't actually test it. So I just made this. A 404 image. Yeah, place the sleek wireless headphones onto the head of the male model. Yeah, I was using this a lot, and then I realized it was actually even easier. It just put the headphones on the person. Change the background to a sunny beach scene. Replace the text family fun day with vacation en famille. The man with a short beard and glasses is now walking through a bustling futuristic city at night, neon lights reflecting in his glasses while maintaining his facial features, beard, glasses and yellow jacket. There we go. Kind of did it. It's not very futuristic, but it kind of did it. We've looked at this one already. Changed the setting to a lava-filled cavern. Yeah. Costume change with identity. This is actually wrong. It's the wrong thing. I have a picture of her in the suit. It's not on this version for some reason. I've uploaded the wrong one. My bad. And that one's not a very good example, but I guess it is the character. Same with that one. We've already explained that one. Van Gogh. You get the idea. And obviously my idea is by giving these up, you can show, like, we got some, like, let's see some advanced. Oh, I already showed you the iterative one. Yeah, I think I've actually shown you most of these. Advanced text styling. Yeah, so it retains the style of what's there, but says something else. It could have been a bit dirtier if you ask me, but it's close enough. It's got the right font. So, I gave you an example of... I gave you the link of an example last month on your Discord, DM on web. Hang on, let me check this Seneca. Example of page hosted on GitHub. Simple to share it to Claude. Ah, where's that? Wait, hang on. I'm clicking the link. What's this? Yeah, but the problem is I've already got mine. Well, no, I get it. No, do I though? Yeah, you can put anything you want there. So actually, it's just the CNAME and the 404. It's a shame there's no instructions for the LLM. Oh, it's 14 years ago. Well, that'll be why then. It seems like all you need is the 404 page. Is that right? Hang on. Who am I asking? I'm asking this. GitHub pages. Okay. Gotta break the rules. Get rid of that one. Open folder. Breaking the rules. It's not good. Let's go into it here. Yeah, I trust the authors. Let's see. I'm not sure it works like that, but I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to do it because it's a good idea. It might work. CNAME github.grumdig. But then don't I have to put like an IP address? I need something to, you know, if I go to my domain name and make github.scuffdepog.com, which I could do, but I don't know what the address is. No chance. All right, well, let's see. We'll say GitHub pages. Let's see what happens. Go to your repo, go to settings, scroll to pages, under source, deploy from branch, click main, select root, save. And then it will show your username, thingamajig. Huh. If you need React. Do I? I don't think I do. Turns out, no, it's just CDN Tailwind. Okay, let's try it. If it's that easy, all I have to do is... I've forgotten already. Monkey. Here we go. Prepare your repo. Yep, it is. Yep, they are. Yep, they have. Enable GitHub pages. Settings, pages. Settings, pages. I'm blind. Deploy from a branch. Okay. GitHub pages is currently disabled. Main. Root. Save. Yes. Custom domain, mushroomfleet.github.io. Huh? Do I have to do that? I mean, sure, why not? Oh, other than. Okay, so I could use it at, like, you know, mushroomfleet.scuffdepop. That's cool. Well, this is fine for now. I don't mind using that. That's totally respectable in my book. But yeah, okay, cool. So you could put it to something else. Cool. Let's forget about that. It could be like github.scuffdepop.com. That'd be cool. But I don't want to mess around with that just yet. What's this? Restrict it by public. I don't care about that either. Is it live? I'm so impatient. So where do we go? We just go here. Add a Jekyll theme. Yeah, no thanks. Let's see if it actually works. Oh. Alright, we're getting ahead of ourselves, are we? Deploy from branch, click save. Will show usually... I need to type the repo name at the end of the address. So yeah, that probably would be a thing. mushroomfleet.github.io/Kontext web tutorial. Okay. No way! We just saved ourselves money and time. I love it. I love it. And in 34 minutes, no less. Probably more, probably less, because, you know, whatever. Well, that's cool. I'll share that in the inside line. Do you know what I mean? Do you really need to host everything yourself? Probably not. There we go. Still trying to find the right channel. Bloody thing. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Okay. See, this is nice because it shows a whole bunch of like there's so many cool tricks in here. I tried to show you most of them, but it's like, I mean, I think I showed you most of them, yeah. Yeah, I think we pretty much, there's basically 25 or 30. Yeah, there's 30 examples here. But I've only really, spent 5 minutes on doing that part of it. But yeah, sick. So that means not only, so what did I actually have to do? I just went into, that's unreal. So as long as there's an index.html in the root of the GitHub, I can just host it all on that. Awesome. There's going to be a lot of these because I can't really change my website at the moment. So, right, let's give it a tweet. I occasionally tweet. See, occasionally. Okay, we'll call it the Flux Kontext Crash Course. Yeah, mate. Interactive prompt. Interactive, not really interactive. Prompt examples before and after 30 top actions for Flux Kontext. Master this new tool today. That's right. Make some funny 404 landing page. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that when we have been doing this a bit more. I think I got to build it up. I do think adding an image would be a good idea, though, because we do have, all of these images. I need to go into... Why is none of this what I'm looking at? It's always such a troll with, sometimes it remembers where you were, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, let's just go with that. That's so funny. Flux context crash course, bro. We'll pin that. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that. So yeah, so here it is. Now you can just mess about with it. Oh yeah, the old 5 below 5. We could definitely put a fun, you know, page there. You know, hey, I got an idea for a 404 page right now. So thank you very much, Mr. Claude. You've done well. Okay, so we're going to do a fun 404 page, right? We can make a fun 404 page in HTML5 and Tailwind CSS. CSS CDN, where there is a prominent 404 error text element centered in the screen with a button which reads "Go back home?" ? Which is suspicious because that's not a thing. Which is scripted to detect and avoid the mouse by moving away from it. Okay, that's kind of a nice little joke, right? Additionally, the text on the screen is generated using a random SVG generation script which randomized the font, randomizes the font and color. Okay, there you go, that's something silly. Written as a complete as a complete standalone file. Why is it? It actually is a space there. Okay. Ooh, put web search on. He'll go absolutely nuts. Oh, yeah, actually. Use deep search to collect the script used to move the button away from the mouse. Write a document for the developer outlining the script functions named button avoidance.md. Okay, and then I'll get him to use that in the next bit. Do you know what I mean? To make it fully work and all. We will focus on the web design elements outside the what do they call it? The button avoidance. For now. I'm using my dev team this time. How's that video? Ooh, that's a Mustang and he's in the tunnel. He's trying to drift as well a little bit. It looks like he's burning out all the time. But it did do it. I bet if you just altered the prompt a little bit. So yeah, this one's going in the history books as well. We'll add that one to the collection. So yeah, manage files. No. manage images. We're gonna give it a little bit of a 1, 2. Is that, we've already got that one. That's something else. Yeah, that's something else. So yeah, let's add these two, I think. Yeah, we've only got, there you go. Another one like that, and then something else. I wonder. Here we go. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. Put the prompt in ourselves because it's not picking it up. It's fair enough. It might not be in the meta because it's come from replicate. Replicate. Let's see if I can get the prompt for that one. Hello, can I have hello? Full prediction, please. Did I change anything? No. No, I didn't change anything. So, boom. And boom. There we go. If you're on the Civic team and you're watching this, thanks for having my back and unflagging my cars as, beach girls or whatever it defines them as sometimes. You'd be surprised. Look, the stuff it's tagged. Animal. At least it's not tagging humans and stuff now. It's male, apparently. I mean, I guess maybe there's a guy driving it. I don't know, but... rearrange. Let's put the Mustang first. Okay. Alright. That looks good. So, I think all I gotta do is just highlight it quick. And then we're good. We're good. That's another one in the bag. Do you know what? The turnaround is actually getting faster, guys. It used to be it'd take me like a couple of days to do a video. Now you can literally do it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Takes longer to get the test videos. And I'm including getting the video, segmenting the video, captioning the video, training the video. All of that can be done in 5 minutes with the right setup, Go to the overview. We should now have Spider-Man, roller skating, the Mustang at night, the drift cars, the race cars, and Sharona. So yeah, it's looking good. Okay. Oh. Cool. The coffee's getting cold fast today. What's going on? Okay. So there it is. We are using, let's see, we're using just the on-site WAN generator for this, I think. But like, there is a trainer that was by some guy, We had a trainer that was by a guy. If I go to trainings, it should ZSXKIB. This is the one, WAN LoRa trainer. 2.1, 14 billion and 1.3 using video data sets. Do you know what I mean? I'm just wondering, which one did we actually spend the most time on? Probably one of the highway racing models. I would say the Tokyo... Because we did a bunch of stuff curating video models, so I've got like a bunch of the things we could retrain them, but I'm not going to do it now. But like I said, if you see here, look, run with API. You click on it and nothing happened. Okay, great. So yeah, normally when you click run with API, it would have like, look, wait, copy page for LLM. Here we go. Copy page for Claude. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at that. Isn't that slick, guys? This is the future. So here it is. Check it out. Visit the web model page directly and use their web interface. Go to the model page, fill in the thing, or use the replicate API, or use a Python client. This is what I'm interested in. And then also this too, Node.js. So like, it's possible to build an app out, right? Okay, so here we go. I have a replicate account we can build an app with we can build an app around here we go, 4.node.js, creating our web UI, our web interface. Wait. Creating our interface using HTML5 and Tailwind CDN. Wait, I don't think you can do. No. We'll just do Tailwind CSS. It's fine to have the files. It's not going to kill us. I have a replicate account. We can build an app around number 4 Node.js. Example: creating our interface using HTML5 and Tailwind CSS to expose the parameters required. Now let me have a look at this quick. It's just the API for. Oh no, it does say one LoRa trainer. There's nothing there though. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really sure if this is actually the full amount of information here. Check this model page for the required parameters. So I guess there's a little bit more work we have to do. I thought they would give me the whole thing, but no. So maybe... See, it's supposed to include all of this. Here we go. Node.js. Right, replicate, and then it has all the code. Right. So that should have been included, but it wasn't. So I guess if I just copy this, it's fine. Here we go. I have a replicate account. Expose the required parameters as defined in the example below for this specific implementation. It's a nice vague term that describes what I want to do without giving away the fact that I'm not sure what they call it. Okay. So there we go. Visibility copy. Right, okay, we can get rid of that. A bit of embedded text here, fluffing up my perfect plan. But yeah, there we go. So you will need to create a model on replicate that will be the destination for the trained version. We're going to have to give him more knowledge, but that's okay. This is quite an interesting little side quest. Right, what was the other thing that we were going to do? Calculates button dimensions. Okay, 404. Let's see it. Oh. Yes. That is the best 404 page. I actually managed to get him, but it doesn't do anything. Even better. I mean, who makes a go back home button anyway? It's not a thing. Okay, cool. We made our silly 404 page. Download as HTML. We'll get the button avoidance stuff. Save that as a PDF. PDF? No. Markdown is fine. And then we'll publish that because, 2 gits a day. We'll call it button avoidance. Yeah. It's just a meme. There's no origin team. Okay. Yeah. Aww. Maybe there is one. Maybe I'm just saying that. Maybe it's misinformation. Okay, right. Would I do that though? Let's see. Downloads. Interactive 404 page. Do you know what? I should publish this as well. Hang on. We need to rename this to index. So I need to make a folder because it'll collide with something else. And, you know, we'll say button avoid. And then in there, I can now do the thing, which is rename this to index.html. And then I'll rename this to readme.md. And then that's automatically the readme. And then that will deploy as the web page. So then, hang on, let's see if we can do it. That's funny, right? Yeah, we'll have both files. Do that. I should have called it button avoidance 404, but it's fine. So yeah, we've just created it. So it did say there's a bit of a delay, but if I go to pages, pick the main branch, save as the root, and that's it. We're done. And now, if I go back to button avoidance and just go to, what was it? Is it github.io? No, I'm an idiot. What was it called? Mushroom Fleet GitHub.io. Okay. I almost had the right idea. It's new. I'm new to this. So let's go back. So if I just go like that. It doesn't exist yet? Or I'm still typing it wrong? Hey! Oh, it's random. Yes, it did the random SVG stuff. Check it out. Wait, go on. Again. It's not really as random as I hoped it would be, but it is random. It's random words with random text. The 404 isn't changed, though. But this looks like a completely different button to me, doesn't it? It does actually let you go back to there. If you finally click on it and you get another 404 page that's more boring. But yeah, like I said, that's actually pretty sweet. Scuffed 404. There it is. I'm going to chuck it up on the inside line as well. It's fun. What silliness. What silliness. Chuck this up here. So... Okay, so hang on. Context, live, prompt demo. It's not really live though. It's annoying. It's not really interactive. It's not really live. We'll work on that. And then, let's see. This one is scuffed 404. But this is interesting because we're currently able to deploy just about anything to HTML. So now I'm like, hang on a minute, just deploy it all to this. This is really interesting, actually. Very cool, very cool. Kudos to the, I think somebody said it in the comments, Fernicar. Yeah, kudos to the GitHub devs. Those GitHub pages is pretty sweet. Well, yeah, because we can, like I said, I've got a bunch of tools like Captioneer. It doesn't need to be on my website, and then if my website goes down, it's gone, you know? It's possible to just make a version of Captioneer so it'll deploy to this, and then it just works. Mushroom Fleet, GitHub.io. It's just the same, really. It's actually, I prefer it that way, because even though I like loading up my website with a bunch of features, what happens if my website goes down or I change the address in the future? You know, it's a lot to have to manage and remember. So, more importantly, you've only got so much bandwidth, you know what I mean? But anyway, we made this for a joke. It's done. So let's see. Oh, got the new video models out. It's looking sweet. Physics are a little bit weird, but that's okay. At least it's not driving backwards. That's the usual thing. So let's see how we're doing here. I'll create a complete web interface for the WAN LoRa trainer. Let me build the front end first, then show you the Node.js backend. Here's the complete Node.js backend to integrate with the interface. Here's how to set up the project. Create the project directory. Do npm. Do the dependencies. JSON. Update the package. Well, that's interesting. That's new. Wow. Okay. Create the env file. Good. So it's like set up for just you. Do you know what I mean? But you just don't share your env file. Easy. Save the Node.js server. Modern thing. Modern design with glass morphism effects. What the heck is... Have we got a demo of the thing? I think we need to actually look at this. Ooh. Bruh. I could set this up on... Wait a minute. We could set this up on a Git page. This actually does change everything, Fernicar. Because why do you need to download a tool if you can just get a replicate key and then use a web-based thing on Git.io? You know what I mean? This is actually pretty interesting. Although Node.js is going to be more complicated to deploy, but he said he could help me do it. I'm so tempted to do this for the rest of the show, but I think what we're going to do is put this to one side because, like, there's a lot of other stuff. This is like the beginning of another project here. But the thing is, I actually want to make one for inference. Okay, so before we change subject, we're going to do it again. We're going to start here. Oh, man, I can't. This is too good. Okay, we're going to start here. Show me how to run this model on thing. But it's not going to be that. I'm going to change it to a different one. Different one. Different one. We want to do the inference. We want to do this one, where we are making the video. So, hang on. So if I click on that, oh, this is just for that LoRa. This is just for that LoRa on an H100. Ooh, boys. So it's oh, that's interesting. So the tool, copy page for LLM, Claude. I love it. Makes a new chat. Look at this. My replicate for my LoRa. This is just for me. Just for my LoRa that I've trained. And it's, I think that's public. Oh, mate. This is what I'm talking about. And then we go back to the inference page. And then we click on the Node.js. Oh, dude, it's too good. Run this model with one line of code or set up a project from scratch. It's getting there, isn't it? It's finally getting there. I think I might do it manually because how do we set that? How do we set the key? That's the only concern. Fast booting, dudes. No pay for idle time. Do. Cheap and fast in 720p. Okay, so let me just see here. It's interesting that you can just do npx create replicate and then just call it out. It is tempting to do it that way, but I'm going to do it the hard way first, and then when it messes up, I'll do it the other way. Okay, so then we do that and go to the top of it. Whoa. Okay. Clean it up a little bit. This is actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. So then if I just go back to my original chat and look at what I said next. So I have a replicate account. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. just replicating the set. I'm following the same steps that I did to make the first one, basically, right? So go to Model 1, Web Interface, Model 2, Python, Model 3, Curl, Model 4, Node. Look, it's still the same one. Lucky for me. I just had to make sure I didn't tell him, you know, you use option 4, and then, which isn't, but it is. It's still Node.js. Would you like me to do anything else? Off you go. There we go. So then that means that we have a custom trainer interface, which potentially could run on Git pages. And then the next thing would be to get another you know, an inference UI, right? And yeah, you're just exposing somebody else's thing, right? But there's nothing to stop you from making your own page. So I want to see what I can do with the thing before I go and mess around with all that. So let's see how we're doing. The Drift video generator interface. I'm assuming that with a small tweak, well, it wouldn't be that small, but I'm assuming with a tweak you could make it run different video LoRa's. So maybe you could implement a drop-down list that makes it use a different. So say I trained 20 LoRa's on here, you know what I mean? But I need to find out, like, how long do they host them for? Do you need like a membership to? Because obviously I pay, but I want to know about that kind of stuff. Tomorrow, will it be Sunday chill? Yeah, it's going to be Sunday chill tomorrow. Big Sunday chill tomorrow. I don't want to promise a time. Because basically I got new neighbours, and I've been, you know, I'm a nice guy, so. What'd you call it? Side quests, guys. Unexpected side quests. So yeah, it looks like it's just going to go ahead and create everything that I actually need. Obviously it takes a while. Like, what I'll do is I'll pull everything out and then reconstruct the structure over in our good friend VS Code for the actual build. But I've been quite surprised at, you know, what you can get out of these. He's on version 3 already. Oh, he's still going. I wonder if he'll make it so you can just change the... He probably won't. You probably have to ask for that. Let's see. Pages. That was so easy. Good times. So yeah, like I said, the context thing's up. It's in the inside line. I think that's coffee time, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I like that. That's pretty cool. Damn. Well. Probably worth looking into setting up our own pages just to see if there's like additional options. But most of the things you want are there, so... Okay. I'm back. So, like I said, we spent the first half of the show looking at things like Comfy related. All the workflows are already published. Just demonstrating some prompt ideas with that new thing. We've looked at GitHub pages and GitHub hosting, which is actually a big deal because there's a lot of stuff that we've done that we could just host on a GitHub page. I don't really need to put it on my own website necessarily. So yeah, as you can see in the background, it's finished building our trainer UI. Now, being that it uses an API, we don't need to worry about all of that Python CUDA stuff. Yeah. So it's a little bit, I mean, I would say you could probably break it by using variables that you're not allowed to have, because obviously this is the full range, and I think that you're not allowed to go over 81 frames, things like that. Also, there's a 1080p here, which there's only 720p. There is no 10. So yeah, apart from like, you know, AI generated sort of, oh, I think you need these options, it has actually it's done it. It's built a UI that lets you generate. Yeah, the only thing is, I don't understand how you get the key. So I'm guessing when you build it, you have to build your and obviously that's your key, so you're paying for when you're running your app. So it's a little bit pointless to host that. Do you see what I mean? Because how are you going to pay for it? So unless there's like a way to put your key in, which is kind of insecure, do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want to be, oh yeah, just type in your API into my website. You must trust me, okay? Like, I wouldn't type my API into anything that's connected to payments. So this remains something you've got to download and use yourself. However, as we know, a web front end written in Node.js can easily be deployed as a desktop exe. And it could be that when you install it, you put your API key in, or it looks for a .env file that's placed next to the exe. Either way, there's ways of letting the user have confidence that we're not using their thing. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there's many ways of sorting that out. My goal would be to see that this actually works. But we're not doing it tonight. We're switching gears. So I've got some music I want to master. And that is part of the Chilled Saturday experience. But yeah, like I say, pretty cool. AI generated UIs for running replicate APIs. It looks wicked. And like I said, I could have a different one for every LoRa. So cool. But I can't really share these in their current state. It's like, I think it's currently an HTML file and a setup guide. And then it's giving me, you know, instructions, do this, do that, do this, and then it should. And then it will be available at localhost 3000, and then you can do it. So it's just a local front end for their API. No, nothing crazy. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like you could develop that into other things. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. It's music time. So, right, I need to download the songs. So here they are. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think that's a few songs. Okay. Download, WAV, download. So yeah, like I said, I had a good time making these. It's surprising, I make 3 at once, you see. So like I'll have three tabs and I'll be DJing around them, just checking the extension. I need dem wavs. More songs than I would usually put on one album, but I guess it's been a while since we've made a new... It's been a while since there's been a new release. I might decide to pull out a couple of them. Sometimes what happens is you get all this way. So like I make the tracks and then I leave them and I come back and then I edit the tracks down and then I come back to them again and then we download them. So that's where we're at. And it's sort of like, is it actually downloading the song I asked for yet? Yeah, it is, but some of them are like being weird. What the hell? Midnight Vibes, Urban Echoes. Well, I'm closing them every time, so this is a bit of a bloody disaster if it can't freaking download two tracks. Come on there, man. What's going on? Have we run out of memory or something? What's this? Yeah, whatever. Is it cookies? Come on, man. Pause. I don't even know what's going on with those. That's annoying, because I don't even know which one in order that they were. Urban Echoes, and they've all got weird names. Often they're the same. Urban Echoes and Midnight Vibes. Urban Echoes. Okay, we can get it back. We can recover from this unreliable nonsense. Kill it and kill it. Alright, never mind. We'll come back to it. Annoying, because they're actually in order as well. I do try to put a bit of thought into stuff like that, but whatever. Annoying. Flummoxed. So download. Let's just make sure it actually... Yeah, see? Instantly done. And in fact, I already had that one. But then again, maybe it's different. Lol. Afix says, pro tip, use manual mode to get past the filter that removes artist names on Udio. I must admit, I recommend in all my tutorials to use manual mode anyway. You know what I mean? If you get into it, when you're casual, I think it's cool to do prompt enhancement, but I think once you've used something like this a lot, you want to have full control, really. Yeah, but I 100% agree. Although I don't use artist names. I must admit, I just mix genres and I do arcane stuff. But I'm sure you know what I mean. If you use Udio, you know. My biggest trick is misspelling. It's usually the big one. So let's see. We got a WAV. Have we actually downloaded this? Urban Reverie 111. Cool. Next. So yeah, we're at the point, we've just spent the first hour of the show looking at the stuff we normally look at. So now we're starting to look at the actual audio feature of the show tonight. Like I said, I made all these earlier. And we're going to be taking a look at them in due course. Are we actually downloading? I feel like when it does that to me, it's like a betrayal. How dare you? Oh, that's probably the same track. I probably clicked on it twice, didn't I? It's fine. Yeah, some of these are like tracks that I made about 2 months ago that I just never really had the time because I've been working so hard for all these beautiful people. And so, like I say, it's nice to get back round to it. There's like 18 tracks here, so I don't doubt 1 or 2 of them will get dropped. It tends to be that I'll drop, but I do want this to be kind of like a high track count album compared to normal. Like, it's a thick boy, and it's all new funk, all new AI funk materials, which is what I love so much. Afix says, I recommend adding THX, Dolby Atmos, and professional sound design. That's cool. I've never even tried adding those sorts of tags, so I never even thought to do that, because I must admit, well, we're going to do that. Not that, but we're going to do something like that in a minute. But yeah, that's interesting. Okay, nice tip, Afix. Good stuff. Welcome to the show, by the way. I think I've seen you before, but in case you just have a similar name to someone else, either way, welcome. And please feel free to share any more tips you would like to share, because I'm sure people would appreciate that. And I'll read them out, and then everyone watching later can watch it. Because I must admit, I think 4 times of the viewer base for this show is like not even, they can't catch the lives when they go out because of time zone. Oh, he says, and dynamic range. That works too, huh? That's cool. Oh, see, he's getting scammed again with the 20 megabyte downloads. Come on, man. Okay, so let's see. It was Euphoria of Shadows. Euphoria of Shadows. And what was the other one that failed? Oh, it's gone. I should have remembered what it was called before the thing disappeared. Oh, wait, there it is. Urban Echoes 212. Nightmare. Look at all these side quests, guys. 212. There you go. High Dreams on the Edge. I don't think that was it. Urban Echoes 212. What happened to that? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Right, we can continue. See, if it weren't for all the glitches, we would be done. Eclipse of Sound 2.21. We've got that. Okay, The Untitled. Here, shall I give you a little taste? Shall I give you a little taste of the handbag, rare funk, Russian rock, spelt Rassane, and drift? Check this out. I need to turn off. This is a good time. Stop and relax. And now we will play the speakers into the microphone. Let's check the levels on this. I'm not seeing the levels. Wait. And this is why I can't have noise cancellation on the microphone. It's the only way you're going to be able to hear it. The Untitled. Beautiful, man. These are like beats I used to kill for and pay money for samples and spend hours in FL Studio. Just try to get close to that. And the AI samples, the AI I don't use vocals. I typically will try to get either foreign language lyrics or mumbles. I don't really use words. But yeah, let's turn this down a bit. And just have it in the background a little bit. You can tell me if this isn't working, okay? In the chat. But yeah, like I say, The Untitled. These are all like bangers I've just had waiting in my list. Look at the size of this thing. I got 24 pages. So most of them have actually been edited and published. I'm quite proud of the fact that I actually did it. Because it's sort of like you can make all these tracks and then they just don't go anywhere. So I enjoy being able to actually share the ones that I've spent a lot of time on. Because it's not like you just generate them and put them out. You can do that, but they're only like 2 minutes long. So you have to do a bit of work to actually get them somewhere. And that means you've got to take the time to listen to it and learn the tool and all the rest. Now, I only do instrumentals because I think, you know, you can add any vocals later. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I also put out a new public track on the channel. I don't do many on this, but I put this one out for fun. This one is funny, right? So it's hard trance and 19th century opera. and it ended up coming out like Ghost in the Shell-ish. It's different genre than what we're going to be listening to tonight. It's a bit too fast and not quite Asian enough, but it's close. It's that drum and bass, like liquid drum and bass with that that singing style, but it's too poppy. It's not. I think they're like monks in Ghost of the Shell, actually. So it's kind of hard to hit that. Streaming issues. Do you know what? I'm actually doing this analog to get around a lot of those sorts of problems. But it doesn't mean that my microphone won't be crap. So when I say analog, I mean we've literally just got. I'm on earphones. We have speakers. There is a mic in the room. Okay. We're streaming from a different computer than we're working on, so I'm literally just recording the room. So it could be better. It's not direct cable. You know what I mean? It's not direct cable. I wish it was. I haven't got the audio set up for that yet. So I do appreciate for that. Sorry, I do apologise for the glitches. But yeah, it's fun. So here's another little one. This will be rare Memphis funk, Estonian funk, drift funk, century funk. Another banger. It's going to sound weird because the speakers are like funny, you know, but I'm confident that's going to sound sick. So yeah, we're just harvesting all of my best tracks for mastering today. So we've done this before in the past. We're going to be doing AI mastering in FL Studio using a bunch of like free but industry standard tools. They do get used in studio, and it's literally like one click now. One click EQ, one click mastering, one click noise adaptation or whatever. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's the only way I've managed to produce all the albums I did this year. There's no way I would have been able to do it all by hand. It would have taken far too long. And I feel guilty because I've not done what I would normally do in full. We've been like trying to keep it simple. But in future, because I do this regardless of the interest, because I love it. I don't care. So it goes like this, you know, if I was doing video editing and generative video stuff tonight, we'd probably have 3 times the people in here. But I think the regulars know by now, we do what we want to do, and damn it if it's popular at the moment. Because it probably will be in a few months. That's how it usually is. We tend to be a little bit ahead. So, but that's just because we're like noses to the coalface around here. Yeah. So what are we doing? We're doing AI mastering with audio in FL Studio. We're going to be opening it up in just a minute. I've just got to grab these last few tracks. I feel like I should have my Desktop War app open as well right now. So let me see this one here, that one there. What's this one? Bit funky. So, it doth protest, but we've got them all. So that's what I needed. So let's take all of those into the critically acclaimed music folder. And then we have a couple of, let's see, we got one duplicate right there. Get rid of that one. Now, I'm going to do something quite fun. We're going to play a little game to determine what these are going to be called here. Okay? Because I love it. I can't help myself. All right? Let's do it. Okay. Should we use deep research? Yes. Oh, I forgot to turn deep research on for the last prompts. See? Even I make mistakes, guys. Lots of them too. I just didn't even notice. See, I asked him to use deep research, but I didn't turn deep research on. Wah, wah. Spot the gaffes. But yeah, so what we're going to do, How can I help you today, he says. We can name my new funk tracks. Use deep research to contemplate the list of track names based on your findings. Wait before summarizing. No, wait before responding by showing me your final suggestions. Contemplate. I want you to contemplate. I need you to wait. Wait. We like to toy with Claude. He's fun. He's a good guy. So it's going to actually go and search. So we're now doing like a retrieval augmented generation based on the average of what he thinks funk is. So it's going to give me an entire album of an extremely generic names, which I actually kind of love. I love it's like banal AI. Do you know what I mean? Like banal AI T. I love it, like banality, but I think it's great. There's something about it. Oh, but wait, you can't even say that. Banal punk. That doesn't make sense. It's like everything is just banal, right? The whole aesthetic. Anyway, I'm just having fun, guys. Let's see. Comments. Stuff I didn't read out. Fernicar says, now that I remember, there's an effect I wanted to recommend for videos. It's the pop art coloured one, or the intro of Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I agree. I want to be doing those sliding layers with mask effects. We actually have all the nodes set up to do that, by the way. We just never bothered to put the workflow together. It's already there, though. The 3-colour, the masking, it's already there. It's just putting it together. It might be that we end up making a dedicated node for it, because I love that as well. I do want to look at workflows that make interesting randomized sequences like that, and then you can just run it many times and get many variations on whatever you put into it. I like to try and make factories like that, but it's time, isn't it? It's time. I need to do it though, and I've been building up video footage for it, so I've got all this different footage lately I plan on using. So it's like, it's all a long process, right? Afix says, if you have issues streaming audio directly, it might be due to excessive device control. If Windows, then go to device properties, same as driver window, then advanced tab and uncheck exclusive control. Solves tons of basic streaming issues for people. It's WDM versus MME drivers. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we might actually look at that. Even though I'm not streaming from this machine, it still is an interesting thing. I'll probably do it on my laptop. I'm streaming from that all the time. Let's see. For one of my audio flagellations from a bit ago, @Nutty on YouTube has a killer streamer bot prompt for the entire Evangelion intro with all the stutters and whatnot, fully in OBS. Wow, okay, that's interesting. A streamer bot prompt. God damn. See, this is the thing. AI is slowly leaking into everything, and we can't even keep up with it. And all we do day in, day out is look at AI stuff. If you could share that, Afix, over in our Discord, there's a link in the description. If you got time, that would be great. If not, no big deal. You know what I mean? No pressure. But we'd love to know more about that, because I'd never even heard of it. Okay. So it says here, funk originated from Memphis rap and was popularized by Space Ghost Perp in the early 2010s as a misspelling of funk inspired by G-funk. The genre features VHS-style aesthetics, urban nighttime imagery, neon lights, and anime influences. Drift funk, the most popular variant, incorporates speed racing aesthetic and is characterized by icy, volatile sounds with lo-fi Memphis rap influences. Look at this heavy use of caps. Murder in my mind, demons in my soul. Wake 'em up. I love it. Cowbell warrior. So look, here we go. Wait, Whoa, he's gone a bit crazy. So Shadow Cult, Memphis Ghost, Demon Drift, Occult Ride, Midnight Murder. Okay. So yeah, we've got our answer, guys, and I trust the process. So let's go. So this one's now going to be called... oh, you can't put track names in. So this one's Shadow Cult. I actually got to put a dash in it. Okay, Shadow Cult. That is now Shadow Cult. Next one is now Memphis. So yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of office work here. Could I automate this? Yes. Can I be bothered to automate this? No. Ghost. Memphis Ghost. I'm literally just going to do this. This is almost like part of the chaos to me. Demon, Drift. Now, sometimes I actually do play a little game with the way I'm doing this. So I won't just like... I've never done it like that. Just deep research track names of the genre and give me them. And then just apply them without even listening to the songs. It's like, ugh. But yeah, we're rolling the dice with chaos here. And the thing is, it makes me wonder, like, if I give a name to a track and then you listen to it, that's what it's called. But if no one's ever listened to a track before and I give it a random name, well, if people hear it and they like it, that's what it's called. But if they don't like it, that's what it's called. There's a bit of a discussion about subjectivity that we probably should have while we're doing this audio stuff. There's a lot of people, they get embarrassed about, oh, I don't know if people will like the songs, you know. And I've put out far worse music. And the truth is, it's so subjective that, like, if you don't bring it out, no one won't like it. That's it. That's it. If you don't share your work, no one will ever not like it. But usually the people that don't like it are far in minority than the people that like it. You know, like, because the thing is, the friends and the people around you, they'll give you a break, right? They'll be, like, nice about it. They'll be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. They're not, like, going to be like, oh, well, I'm from the museum and this is not art. You know, you're not going to get... So, but when you put stuff out, obviously you do get those kinds of people. But I started thinking about this in a different way. If it's subjective, it doesn't matter. Because if you like it, it doesn't matter if subjectively people don't like a thing. You like it, you made it, so it's like, it's you're communicating something about your choices. And I think that that is more of a pure endeavour than hating on stuff people make. You know, it's easy to say, oh, this is crap, this is, you know, why did you even bring that out? And it's like, well, you know, you didn't have to listen to it. You didn't have, you know, no one's forcing it on you, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing, like, because I don't, like, try to, please go and rate my Spotify's, guys. I don't think I've ever actually said that. Like, I've told people it's on Spotify, so you can listen to it there. But it's more of a convenience thing, like, you know? Any medium of emotion is your definition of art, says Afix. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. A lot of people can't even try. Wait, what's this? Fernicar, I will get a lot of nonsense for free. GJZ 2025. Quote. Clipped. I'm missing comments here. Afix says, prompt wasn't the right word, but I'll share it because it's nuts. Sent and Disco. Thank you very much, mate. I'll check that out in a sec. Unironically worth playing the first chunk, just showing it off because it's absolutely nuts. All right, I'll beat. And what's the next thing? Yeah, that definition of art is pretty solid. Any medium of emotion, yeah. Because I've got a theory that it's all about communication of intent by the artist, even if he doesn't know it. You know, there's something. It's not a call for help. It's not quite like that, but it's like a communication. I think the artist is trying to tell you something. Maybe he's trying to tell you something about you or society at the same time, but it's a reflection of himself. And so, yeah, any medium of emotion is pretty interesting because you don't even have to actually create something like physical. But yeah, it's interesting. Brazilian Beast. We're actually going to call it Brazilian Beast. I might have to listen to that in a minute, find out what it is. What's this? VHS violence. We're going to skip a few because I want to cherry pick a little bit. Digital death. Glitch grave. Some of these are great, dudes. It probably won't fit at all and I might have to switch some round, but maybe I'll stick to the script and just be like, no, chaos naming. Hood horror, block burial, static souls, cyber cemetery, alley apocalypse, the trap tomb. The trap tomb. Oh, dude. Is that all of it? Is there any more? Yeah, that's all of it. Right. I got two more. I got to pick. I think I pretty much took all of them in line and then... Wait, have I not got... Yeah, I've got Cowbell Chaos. Yeah, I did all of them in line and then I started getting picky. So how about we go Digital Death? And... it's going to be like Cyber Cemetery or Block Burial. My God. Okay, that was fun. And the fun don't stop here. So, do you know what? Should we listen to some of my awesome pop lock remixes? I don't even know if I've got them all. Hang on. Yeah, look at these. These are great. So, there was something which we didn't really have time to show off, which is this style. It's like a paid feature which they have on Udio. And I used one of my tracks, which you've heard before. And if you haven't, you have. And if you have, you haven't. So it's right here. Are we still playing music from somewhere else? Yeah. So this song was on a video for WAN T2V when it came out in March. And this is a full song, which I then used as the style target. Okay. Classic. Remix 1. It's the same, but different. I'm going to leave this on the side and do a couple of these variations. It's a separate project really, but gives me the opportunity to show you MP3 tag. It's free. And we're going to call, let's see, a new version is available. No. I do want to, yes, okay. Using the combined might of billions of dollars of research, we can create a list of 8 candidate album names. Written to the seed tournament .md file, which will then be used to simulate a seed-based tournament using RNG dice rolls to determine the winner by knockout rounds. Then you will describe the events of the tournament in the framing of a drag race The winners will be, what was it? What was it called? The final race will then begin in the form of a cage fight. The the two remaining, this is the wrong track. Stop scamming me. It's my track though, but still, we're doing these. We're doing remix variations. God damn it. Okay. The two remaining album names will duke it out for 10 rounds, provided no TKO. The events will be described in the final match, the final bout. The final bout.md, cataloging blow by blow information, which is used to calculate the points and finally announce the winning album name. Be sure to include all the deep research results. Okay, and then what was that thing that we were supposed to say? You can do it, but it's not that. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Give it your all. Oh boy. I feel like I'm like letting off dynamite. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I'm going to see what happened. There's going to be a car race and a boxing fight. This is interesting now. Here we go. He's doing it. Full screen. He's doing it. I don't know. Am I conveying my intent? Let's see. Close this. Next remix. Oh, what's this? We turned up the variation. I love that beat, man. I'm like, please stay like that for the whole track. Okay. So what happened? Oh my God. Okay, we start off with Seed 1, Memphis 666, VHS Nightmares, Horrorcore Roots meets VHS Aesthetic Nostalgia, The Research Foundation, 3-6 Mafia Occult Themes and Visual Culture, Power Level, Classic Memphis Supernatural Energy with Lo-Fi Visuals, Seed 2, Tokyo Drift Demons, Japanese Car Culture fused with Supernatural Funk Energy, Research Foundation, Drift Funk subgenre plus Japanese automotive culture references, Power Level, High Speed Racing. Dude, we've just created a card game. We've just created Funk Trumps or something. Oh, the race is about to begin. Oh, wait, no. Okay, looks like in the end, it was TikTok Ghost Protocol versus Midnight Wangan Massacre. Okay, which is viral funk energy with Memphis Supernatural Legacy versus original, Japanese highway racing with Memphis murder music. Now this is cool. This makes sense to me. So here we go, round by round breakdown. Ooh, okay. So Midnight Wangan strikes first. Highway Fury connects 5 versus 1 with +4 damage. This is crazy. This is actually insane. Why are people not using this for D&D? I hope they are. This is completely nuts. So the contenders, 8 legendary album names. Is it still thinking? It's still thinking, guys. It's not done. Are we near the end of the track? It feels like it. Yeah. That was a banger, though. What's this one? Still high variation. The contenders, 8 legendary album names. Okay, we've already looked at all this. Does it send me back? What's going on? The champion is Midnight Wangan Massacre, guys. That's the name of the album. There it is. The Claude has spoken. Okay. I will now do my best. I will do what I must. Midnight Wangan Massacre. I don't even know how I'm going to fit that on the title card. It's probably going to go off the edge of the screen. On Spotify is probably going to say you can't have that much. And be like, ugh. I'll just cut it down to Wangan Massacre or something, or Midnight Massacre. I don't know. I'll cut it down to Massacre. Right. Oh yeah, we don't need to do that, so we'll change it to 2025 and then save. And then I've just applied that to, like, you know, that's applied to all of them. And then I'll like go through and do just the titles. So Automotive, Abyss, Block Burial, Brazilian Beast. It's going to be funny listening to what the hell that. Cowbell Chaos, Demon Drift. Now I used to put the track numbers in at the same time. But now I just do it in a separate pass because it's like too much messing about. Drift Demon, Control S, Glitch Grave. Let's get a move on. We're talking about it, not doing it quick enough. Memphis Ghost. We're also onto different produced tracks again. Pop Lock, please. Yeah, we're getting closer to the original. I posted this up in the Discord not so long ago. Classic. I can only hope that the audio isn't completely trash tonight, but it's the best I can do until I get a proper pass-through setup. I just haven't got the kit for that, you know. But I will. We just don't do much audio stuff, so, you know, I thought it would be cool to mix it up. Last couple of days, I hope you've noticed we've been starting out the show with our usual and then sliding into something else and getting deep in the weeds. But always coming out with something you can put on that mantelpiece and be proud of. Quick turnaround, short projects, and it's all like a stepping stone, foundational concepts to go into everything you do. The multi-dimensional aspect, which comes from augmented use of AI. You know, like, I can pretend like I'm a team of 10 people and the AI will actually make that effect, that it will be affected from the use of the AI. We've all done it. We've all done it. So this is not in the correct order. This is just in alphabetical order, but I think that is actually kind of funny on its own. So let's go 01 and save, 02 and save, 03 and save, 05, save, 06. I've got a bit of a project, by the way. These remixes are all going to be on like a super long video I've got planned, but I'm still collecting all the content for it. And the idea is that it becomes like a theme, because it's like the same track, but there's so many different variations of it. This one's coming back to the original now, look. It's a little bit... Oh, that treble, though. So let's see, 10, 11, 12... See, what would be funny is you put all the track name numbers in. What happens if you delete track 13 and leave 14 in? Is there like a missing track? Like, does it mess up the player? Like in your car, you put 2 track 15s. Does that mean it can't play one of them? I don't know. Like, could you hide a track? It's being silly now. So let's see. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. Yeah, that's not smart. Not smart. And 18. So 18 tracks. Listen to this. What's the next one? See what I mean? Another variation of the same thing. I love it. And I've got like 5 more. And you could develop them all into like 4 or 5 minute tracks. So then you've got like 50 minutes of this theme. And then you can choose to use it or not. It's just a thought. The whole variation thing works better when you made the whole... If you made the whole song with AI, you can actually variate it a lot easier and extend it a lot easier, because it's like it all sounds like AI, so it blends well, doesn't it? Sometimes when you extend normal tracks, it doesn't sound right, because it's like you're comparing real stuff with synthetic. It gets better, but I think you can't tell the difference if it's all AI, because it's all AI. Makes sense. So now what we should have is a full track list, full album list, full artist, everything's done, it's ready, it's done. Now, the ironic thing is I'm going to have to do this again. I'll have to do it again, but I do this because these are the WAV files. The WAV file, the original WAVs are so important. Everything else is kind of like not really important. These are like, because you can remaster, you know, use them for remixes. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. But once we make these final masters, you know, the masters, they sound better. But it's kind of like the difference between color correction and camera raw, but for audio. Okay, I can do more with these than I can with the mastered versions, because there's so many different ways you can remaster. But we're going to look at one tonight, which I call my quick and dirty AI technique. And it's so that you can process, you can do mastering, EQ, and a bunch of other stuff in record time. And we're going to be using cheap. You can use the $40 plugin version, which is like it's basically a trial, really. And they do have free versions, so look out for that. The full version, I think, is $120, and then like $300. So it goes all the way up. But we don't need all that. That's studio stuff, right? But because they're all using AI too, we can take advantage. If you're into AI, into audio, you're going to be very familiar with what we're going to be looking at next. So there it is. We've done that. So FL, let's go. 2024. Oh, don't tell me I got to update it again. Like, should ask me, do I want to open a thing? And then it's going to crash out. Okay, there we go. So Lazy Master. This is my preset. You can't save presets if you use the free FL Studio, but it's very simple to set this up. And you can use the plugins for free. And there are free plugins as well, you know what I mean? You don't have to get the exact ones I've got. There's like a whole history of them, you know what I mean? And we're essentially going to drag the track in as one. We're not going to do any fancy stuff. So this isn't going to go crazy and like, oh, what the hell's Johnson doing? Because this is quite complicated. You can get into this. But I really recommend it, because FL Studio is free. You can just pick it up. You just can't save the project. You can still export the track. Why is it... Right, press escape. It's trying to locate a WAV file that don't exist. Okay, I think it might have a chance of opening now. Okay, so let's just go through what we've got here, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with FL Studio, don't worry. You literally just drag the file in there. We'll do that first. So let's take Automotive Abyss. Automotivo Abyss. So we just literally drag it in. Now, quick tip, if you've never used it, if you click anywhere with left click, it's just going to do what you have selected. Right click will get rid of things. So don't think, oh no, what's going on? Don't panic. You can click and drag to move it around. All you need to do is drag it in and move it to the start. You can't go past the start. That's it. Oh wow, we got some interesting side tunes there. Oh yeah, listen to the funky lyrics. Hell yeah. So anyway, from this point, I'm just going to get rid of this. That's a ghost from my... Yeah. So this is what you should be seeing. Just this thing, yeah? Now, if you have just downloaded all of your plugins and you're wondering where the hell are my plugins, you have to go to Manage Plugins, first time you've installed these things, and then you have to scroll down to the publisher name, which will stick out because most things say Image Line, which is the name of the thing. I use Isotope plugins. So as I said, if you're into your audio, you will probably already have a bunch of these, or you've got something better and more expensive that I don't know about. But for us people, for 40 to 100 bucks, you can pick up all of these. Sometimes they're even available for free. You know, they give them away. They're VST3. I use vinyl and D-reverb, D-hum, D-click, D-clip, Ozone 11, which is one of the important ones, Neutron 5, and I think Nectar is for voice, so I don't use that one. Yeah, I don't use Nectar. I've got it in the rack, but it's actually disabled. My leg's in the way. You can't see it. Let me just move this over a little bit. There we go. So like I said, the first time you'll have to come in and actually like activate them with the... How do you activate the... I think you like click on it somewhere. Do you have to click on it? And no, click on it. So just put the... I think I just had to put the stars there. So they would appear in the list. I can't remember. But I know you have to come in here the first time. Which I did. It actually installs itself though, which is quite nice. Oh my god, it's gone nuts at the end of the track there. Oh yeah. What's this? I think this is one of the tracks we're looking at tonight. Yeah, some of the tracks we got tonight are actually tight. So let's take a look at this here now. So plugins, D-hum, all right? This is AI, yeah? So D-hum basically is going to sample a little bit of the track for hum. Now there's a lag. There's a lag, right? Now let me show you what... This is how to use D-hum wrong. Wait for it. I'm waiting for the bass drop. There. Now, if I now play it again, wait for the bass drop, which you probably can't even hear because of the... See, it's different now? It sounds more raspy because I've basically used the D-hum to cut out the bass. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this, but just be aware that if there's no hum in your track, you don't need to do this. So I'm just going to bypass this one for this run because, like I said, there's no like silent area where I could learn the hum. So all it's going to do is actually learn the instrument and then it's going to clip that out. I don't want that. So let's just push to the bass here. Okay, so it sounds like that, which is okay, but it's AI. You can definitely tell it's using AI synth. There's like a specific sound to it. So what I recommend doing is using the Ozone elements after. Yeah, we use elements after Neutron. No. We use elements first. So basically what we're going to do is scroll to a bit of the track that's loud. That's reasonably loud. And then we're going to click on Relearn. And then play the song. And my computer's going to glitch out. Watch my mouse. Wait for it. It's CPU intensive. Oh. Well, the audio's gone. The mouse is fine. Oh. Oh. Ah, okay. The mouse is okay in the end. It's identified it as hip-hop rap. Yeah. So there we go. We've done that bit. So now what I'll do is I'll pause it, go back to the beginning, and we're going to hit Relearn on Neutron. And that basically covers our AI mastering and EQ tutorial. See the difference? Oh wow, it sounds like £10 a go on DistroKid, which is what they charge you, by the way, for the album. I think £10 per album, or is it £5 per track? I forget. It's something outrageous, but it's the same, or you know, and you can choose, like, maybe I prefer tube, maybe I prefer retro. It's up to me, right? Tape's fine. Tape or tube is fine by my book. But we can tweak things. We have EQ, we have sculpt, we have all this stuff here, right? We can also use different settings, like presets for the instrumentation. And also, if you're not happy with it, you can just do another analysis, or analyze. Why can't I say that word? Analyze a new section of the track. So, for example, let's do it here, yeah? If I relearn it from this section, it's not that loud. It'll do something, it'll give me a slightly different tune. Now, I trust the process, and I have my originals so I can do it again. So I'm not really bothered, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the same exact thing to every single track. Yeah, or because it's AI adaptive anyway, so if you trust the process and you trust the tool, and what you get out the other end is nice. So let's just reanalyze the EQ again. And there are presets as well, and you can save your own presets, and then you can load those presets later. So for example, I did an album called Mongol. I have a preset EQ, which I could just load in like that. It's pretty dirty. But I wouldn't recommend just using an old profile. I think it's better to do the learning on each track, because sometimes tracks can change a lot. At first I was applying the same profile. You know, I had a learn profile for the track, and then I was applying it to the album. And even though it does give you like a consistent sound aesthetic, it's not actually, it's going to like take too much out of some of the tracks, I think. Anyway, long story short, there are other things that are running. We have got declick and declip both running as well, which are actually quite nice things to have. I'm also running vinyl. Where is it? Vinyl, where are you? Here he is. Come on, open up. He's shy. And I like this because it gives you a vinyl simulation to the output. You can't hear it, but it's like a little staticky, you know, needlehead stuff. And you can define how old it sounds and all these different. So yeah, it's all just to try and simulate analog. Anyway, I don't actually have to change that, so it's just kind of there. You know what I mean? Why has it disappeared? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Right, anyway, let's continue. So there's nothing really much more to do. Obviously, you could do different effects here, but the whole point of the AI mastering is you don't need to do all of that. So this is done. So what do we do next? We're going to export wave, and we're going to give it a new folder, which is called like I'm just going to say midnight for now because it's a little quicker. Midnight, and this one is auto motivo dash abyss, like that. And then there's one thing you want to make sure you check. So you have WAV, you got full song, cut remainder, so that you don't need to mark the end. It's automatic. Wave, 16-bit stereo, 64-bit sync. You want to make sure the resampling's set to that one. I don't really see the point in going any higher than that. This is like acceptable. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. Yeah. And then it's just do that many, many more times. Right. Okay. Any medium of emotion. That was like the bombshell comment of the night, Afix. Please come back again. We do appreciate the input there. That's very nice. Any medium of emotion. Like I say, we run a small open door art club here. It's great fun. Like I said, I'm doing contract work all day, so I don't usually, but I keep the show going, guys. We're not going anywhere. So what's it say? I wouldn't call my art music. I will call it the music I'm listening. It's made for that. Yeah, well, I mean, some people call, chefing is an art form. In China, kung fu actually means great skill learned over time. It's got nothing to do with martial arts. And so you can have a skill with music or even just sitting in a chair. It could be your kung fu. Your great skill learned over time. And in a way, that's kind of like a clever joke, Your great skill learned over time is you mastered the art of sitting in a chair. It's kind of like a subtle diss. Fernicart, man, I hate space again. The echo stuck with me. Oh, yeah, I hate space. Good times. So then, like I say, I'm going to close that. I'm going to save the thing. And we're going to drag in the next song. So there we are. We have Block Burial. Block Burial, everyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag the cursor. I'm just going to click there where the numbers are, not the green bar and not the bar above it. Just where the numbers are. I'm going to click there. And this one does actually have a bit of silence. And that very last bit of the tail there is a candidate for the D-hum. So what we're going to do is we're going to snap it right about there. And that gives us this profile. That sounds cleaner already. Isn't that weird? So it takes the tinniness out of it without having to tweak it. Because, it's using a pattern. It's a little bit like how noise cancellation works. It's a specific frequency that's been sampled and it's going to get taken away from the track, you see. So it's a bit like having a microphone in your headphones, and it's the same sort of thing, but just a bit more precise. Looking for those specific filters. I tend to just use defaults. It's fine. It works well. I don't want it to be too strong. And I have seen people make entirely new samples by creative use of D-hum and things like this, sampling intentionally, breaking it, using it wrong. I love that stuff. But yeah, like I say, so let's put this right about here. And we're going to use ozone first. We're going to go relearn on defaults. I haven't needed to tweak anything because even though you can, it's like I've got 18 tracks to process. You know what I mean? So really, I just want to get it done. I'm not trying to... Like, if one or two of them need a bit more, I'll go and do it again. It's all about the iteration. That sounds better already. Okay, so now we'll hit it with the neutron elements for the AI EQ. It's okay. Yeah, nice. This also does the effect of normalizing your tracks so you don't have crazy levels. It's basically how I fixed them before. The only thing I didn't count on was by mixing genres, there's a density of the sound. So certain genre have a much more dense, and so the volume is heavier regardless of the fact that you clipped it. Yeah. So I didn't think about that because obviously the radio station we play on the show, it's just random tracks from every album I've made, and I've like done a whole bunch of different genres now. So if it was all funk, it would be fine. But yeah, you get like heavy metal coming in and then a bit of piano. It's really quiet. So that's how that goes. It's frequencies really. Right, so we can get rid of auto me to, well, that shouldn't even be there. Get rid of that. And it's done. So yeah, we will go ahead and do it. And like I said, normally I'd just be doing this while I'm doing something else. You know, I'm not gonna, I don't normally like sit over this process. I pretty much like, I'll come back to it, like switching around. You switch around. Like now I'm doing something else. I'm on the other computer now. Do you know what I mean? That's how I do this. And then before you know it, you've got all your tracks. Now, once you've got the tracks, you're going to have to do, you know, the MP3 tagging thing. You're probably going to have to do that again. But remember, we're saving WAV files. So you can't always embed that information into the WAV file anyway. It's meant for MP3. So not everywhere will support tagged WAVs. So what I'll do is I'll create a bunch of MP3s as well. The WAVs go up on Spotify. The MP3s go on my radio station. So you can't hear the difference, really. But it does mean I have to have 2 copies of the final version, both tagged the same. It doesn't really take that long, though. It's just a bit of typing work. And then once you've done that, I do recommend DistroKid. DistroKid will get your stuff up onto Spotify super quick. This isn't an ad read, by the way. I don't do ad reads yet. So let me see this. DistroKid. So this would be one of my albums. Okay. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, and iHeartRadio. I didn't even know about those. But yeah, the point is we do it with DistroKid. You pay $24.99 to upload unlimited albums and songs every year. And they do actually publish you. I would say it takes about a week for the songs to show up on your account. You know, and it's like if you want to like actually, because nowadays people want to look for your songs on Spotify. Do you know what I mean? It's like the place people go. So, or Apple Music, and this is both of those things, right? So Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, TikTok, YouTube. You can get on all these places, and it's just one. And like I said, other platforms, they'll charge you 30, 40 a month per album. It's like, whoa, there's mega money. So this isn't like the top premium. This is like the indie foot in the door. You can actually self-publish. And like I said, I just made this album today. So, what, 300 albums a year? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. But obviously there will be some people that will take that, that view on it, right? So let's see, how we sounding? It's looking pretty stable to me. All right, that one's done. What about Brazilian Beast? I'm actually curious to know what, do you know what I mean? Because we basically just used the combination of a dice roll, a virtual car race of 8 cars, and a boxing match to figure out what we were going to call the album. We get silly, we do. Oh. That is a Brazilian Beast. Yeah. Because in a roundabout way, the name fits the song. The song fits the name. I don't know. It's like, what's in a name and how does that relate? I mean, I guess it's a bit like you'd know if it didn't fit, wouldn't you? It's a bit like, you know, when you see a radio, like say you've been listening to a radio show for a long time and you see their face for the first time. Sometimes that can be a bit jarring. I've had that. I've experienced that. I'm like, whoa, you really don't sound like how you look, you know? And I bet there's people probably think that about me. But I'm just a white DW pose guy. So, don't really have a face. Anyway. Maybe one day we can afford it. If we get enough budget, we can like CGI. I can be a real boy. I'll get human skin. Until that time, what I'm going to do is leave it there. Because this is just me doing more. You don't need to sit here and watch me master every single track. I think you get the idea. You guys are smart. And I love you all to pieces. But that's the end of the show. So, tomorrow, look out for the pings. We're going to be doing an AI art chill. So, you know, you can expect the show to start a little bit early, provided I don't get parachuted into some crazy war zone. But until then, I'll see you all next time.